Good afternoon, it's Pastor Marty from the Afternoon Drive. Well, the psychotic delusional behavior on the left is not just limited to the new Democratic socialists like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, the artist formerly known as HIV, who this week was terrified by her garbage disposal. She had never seen one before. Of course, they are illegal in New York City. So the idea that you could scrape your plate into the sink, press a button, and the garbage just goes away. It gets flushed into the sewer system and adios. Why? It scared her. She didn't know what it was. And yet, she's got a Green New Deal for you. Hillary Rodham Clinton, one of the representatives of the old guard, continues to prove that she is psychotically delusional.
As I've been telling candidates who have come to see me, you can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
Oh, you mean like when you stole the election away from Bernie Sanders? Is that what you're talking about, Hillary? When you and the DNC and Debbie Wasserman Schultz plotted and made sure that there were super delegates and things that were added to your totals so that even though Bernie actually won the primaries, should have been the presumptive nominee, he wasn't. You were, because you stole it. What's the word I'm groping for here? Rigged the election. That is exactly what you did. You stole it out from Bernie Sanders. But here's Hillary and Bill. They're on their grifters tour where they are now trying to pack out arenas like Donald Trump. Nobody's buying the tickets. Who would buy a ticket to hear that hag continue to whine and complain and lie about why she lost the election? She lost the election because, number one, nobody likes her. Number two, she was a lazy campaigner. Number three, she had no real message other than we're going to continue on with the policies of Barack Obama, which have all failed, and I'm going to continue to suck money into the Clinton Foundation and do favors for foreign entities while I get rich doing it. Oh, I'm sorry, is that a little bit too much truth? That being said, these tickets are now like $2 a pop. Nobody's going to see her. Nobody wants to hear, yet we're now being told, because what she meant in that little caveat was that Donald Trump stole the election from her. Working with the Russians, he stole the election. You do understand this is part of the Democratic playbook going into 2020. No matter what the Mueller report says, they are still going to continue on with collusion. They're going to talk treason. You have a lawless House of Representatives, which is now harassing a duly elected president. And you gotta love what Jerry Falwell Jr. tweeted out the other day. That President Trump is owed 2 more years on his term because 2 years have been wasted by the Democrats. Right away, the Democrats went into freak-out mode. Trump retweeted it. That's all he did. He retweeted what Jerry Falwell Jr. wrote. And the Dems went nuts. Nancy had to come out and say, if he loses the election by a thin, narrow margin, he won't leave the White House. He won't leave. You mean like Hillary's never really conceded? She lost. Nothing was taken from her. Nothing was stolen from her. Hillary Rodham Clinton, listen to me carefully. You lost. Oh, and by the way, tell what's-her-name from Georgia, she lost the gubernatorial race in Georgia. Nothing was taken from her. Nothing was stolen from her. They followed the law that was voted on and acted on by the Democratic Party, and now they got a problem with it. So now Nancy is out there saying President Trump is goading us to impeach him. It's the only way he can solidify his base. He wants us to impeach him. See, Trump trolls them. Democrats respond. And, of course, the Democratic base, impeach him! Especially that far left, the nutcases that elected AOC and Ilhan Omar and the rest of that ilk that came in this freshman wave. They're demanding impeachment. Maxine Waters demands impeachment. So here's what Nancy's trying to do. She's saying, well, he's goading us. It's like he's daring us. But if we do, that just fires up his base, and that will be bad for Democrats in the 2020 election. So we're not going to take the bait. See, she's getting pressure internally to turn and really go after Trump. There's no legal basis for it. There's no actual high crimes and misdemeanors here. There is nothing to impeach Trump over. But the psychotic, delusional Democrat sycophant minion followers who get their information from the lying legacy corporate corrupt propaganda machine known as the media, like PMSNBC, CNN, even Fox News, people who get their information from Shemp Smith, Rachel Madcow, Don Lemonhead, Humpty Dumpty Brian Stelter, Jake the Tap Tapper, the rest of them, Chris Thrill Up His Leg Matthews. People get their information from them. They are convinced Donald Trump colluded, that the Mueller report actually says that, Barr is lying about it, etc., etc., etc. So you have delusional leadership, delusional followership, and for the rest of us, it's just time to kick back with a Coke and popcorn and watch the insanity unfold. You have a lawless House of Representatives led by Jerry the Nads Nadler, who wants Mueller to come and testify. Mueller will be given softball questions. What a treacherous individual Robert Mueller is. On the eve that William Barr is going to release the Mueller report and give his statement, there's a Mueller leak. And on the eve that Barr is going to testify before Congress, there's a Mueller letter leaked that he's not happy with how Barr has handled this and summarized this. The left is going insane. The Mueller report did not give them what they wanted. And so now Hillary is out there trying to sell the idea that the Russians actually reached into those voting machines and they hacked their way in, and working with Donald Trump, the election was stolen from her. And you have Nancy Pelosi out there. Trump is goading us to impeach him. He's goading us. He keeps tweeting. Actually, Trump is owed 2 years on his presidency because the delusional left has tried to hijack his presidency. And they've had some help from rhinos and never-Trumpers and Republicans dressed in, I should say Democrats dressed in Republican drag. You know who you are, Paul Ryan, Marco Rubio, Mitt Romney. You know who you are. Hearing Hillary say, you can have the election stolen from you. Really? Have that chat with Bernie Sanders. Well, that's it for this rant. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And smack the bell for my next rant.